These results are better than expected, with revenue up 21% to 6.2 billion euros. Net income came at 814. Looking at different parts of the business, French retail banking revenue there was down actually 1.8%. And I mentioned that the health situation is still having an impact on this part of the business, but they see some improvement coming through. International retail banking and financial services, their revenue was up 0.1%. But of course, it's all about CIB. And we saw that their revenue was up 54.2%. As you mentioned, I said this is the highest level of activity since the first quarter of 2017. Within this, FIC revenue was up 2.63%, and that was actually better than competitor BNP Paribas that reported earlier in the week. Equities trading also up. You remember that this part of the business had been hard hit for French banks and for Societe Generale in particular last year, when a lot of their structured products connected to dividend payments had not been paid, and then really having an impact on revenue on that level. But their revenue really came back into equities trading, with revenue there at 851 million. And again, they mentioned that this was the best quarter since 2015. So we had a chance to catch up with the Deputy General Manager and CFO of Societe Generale, William Cadou-Chassin, and we'll ask him about impairment levels for the rest of the year. Take a listen.
What we see now is clearly a very low level of defaults. And, there is no indication that it would surge. At some point, it may happen, but we don't see that as of yet. So it's important to keep a prudent provisioning for when and if it happens. But I have to say that we are reassured with what we see, and that's why we decided to fine-tune to the market our guidance on cost of risk and lower it down relative to what we had said in Q4. There is a case that we may be back to through the cycle cost of risk earlier than what expected before.
And this was as the Societe Generale put some much lower than expected cost of risk at 21 basis points. And I expect this level for the rest of the year between 30 and 35 basis points. And overall, all this will be good news for CEO Frédéric Oudéa, who's been one of the most long-standing CEO of a European major bank, but also one of the most pressure to turn things around, with a very bad record in terms of share price. And you remember that they posted a loss for the first time in decades. Last year, they've announced some job cuts. There will be a new strategy announced for the investment bank just next week. They've also sold their asset management arm, Lixo, to Amundi, and they've also merging their domestic retail networks, all this to try to cut on the cost. So this will give positive sign that maybe this strategy, this turnaround strategy, is working for Frédéric Oudéa, and we see very positive response on the French market, with the Societe Generale shares up 4% this morning on the CAC.